Today I'll be turning 2 gins and a schnapps into the most epic slow homebrew. What you will require for this is 2 gins of your choice. I have here a pink gin, which is a fruity berry gin, so that's going to give the brew a good start. I have here a signature dry gin from a Northamptonshire distillery, and I actually have a schnapps here which I picked up from Lidl's about a year ago. It was not the best schnapps in the world, but it will do for the purpose. And I have some stewed down sloes. Now they're going to add in a lot of the flavour that we're going for. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to get your fruit. Once you have it and stewed it down, does not look fantastic, I will be honest, but it will impart a lot of flavour. You can see there where it's kind of solidified and hardened. That is the natural enzymes and pectin within the sloes. And there's a couple of damsons in here as well. And they're just going to add in a lot of flavour to this. It's already very pink without adding any of the pink gin. You just want to mash it down a little bit. Now, I'm going to add in a good glug pink gin, just enough to half cover. I'll put that to one side and just start mashing these down a bit more so that the berries release any more flavour compounds that they're going to. Actually, potato mash probably would be a better option for this. And here's one I prepared earlier. So you just want to mash it all down. Just make sure you burst any berries that didn't burst whilst you were stewing them. And I suggest if you're going to stew them, don't add any sugar, because the mixture is going to be sweet enough as it is. Or you can later on add additional honey if you want to back sweeten it. Now this gin has not been opened, but it has been there. Beautiful. Again, I'm just going to add a good glug, nothing crazy. Now the fruit is fully covered, we'll put that to one side. You want the gin back notes in all of this, otherwise what you end up with is just essentially a fruity vodka. And I will also strain this before I put it into the bottle. Lastly, going to add in the cherry schnapps. Just going to pour it into here, loosen up any of the solids that were there. Now I can tell you, if you had smell-o-vision and you enjoy spirits like I do, this already smells amazing. Now I'm going to top this up to about 750 mils. Actually 70 centilitres in there, so I'll actually use the whole lot. It is just 900 mils in there. I'm going to want to give this a very good stir. Now I could reuse this bottle. It certainly is a nice bottle to use. However, the aim for me today is to use this bottle because it can pressurise without the cork or anything popping off. Now, why do I want it to pressurise? Well, the simple answer to that is I need another jug first of all. Why do I want it to pressurise? Well, if it pressurises, it means that there are alcohols still being processed by the fruit. So that means you might get a bit of additional fermentation. Now I shall pour through the sieve It's going to catch any large pieces, and I can pick out the skins and the berries of the flesh. You don't want that sat in there. Well, not the seeds anyway. So I'm going to pick these out and I'll be back shortly. So what I've done is separated out all of the berries and all the seeds, and I put the berries into the bottle. You take out all the seeds, as I said, and I'm just going to pour this in a little bit at a time. Now I've got one of these lovely funnels that's expandable. Certainly helps with matters. And you can see the deep, rich pink colour that's coming off. Kind of what you want. Now there are a lot of fruity enzymes still in here. Now I might actually just top up with a bit of water, but not much. Just a small amount from the Brita. And I'm also going to sweeten it up with a small glug of honey. Now we have got here some local honey. This is Bedfordshire summer honey, still fresh in its jar. Oh, beautiful. Now I'm an advocate for local honey wherever you can. I'm only going to put in about a tablespoon of this as a sweetener, and I'll mix that into the water. Oh, that is beautiful tasting. Good thing about honey is it never goes off if it's stored in the right conditions. An example of that is archaeologists located a jar of honey from ancient Egypt that was still edible, and it was over 3,000 years old. They carbon dated the canopic jar that it was in and determined it to be about, I think it's 3,500 years old. And they said the honey is still perfectly acceptable. So if I stored that jar properly, then it would keep forever effectively. Let's top this up. Now how's that for perfect? Now take out the funnel, pop the cap on, and just mix it all up. Make sure the honey and the fruit is well mixed in. What I shall do shortly, just as a sampler, get a small glass and give you feedback on how it immediately tastes. And then in about 6 to 8 months, perhaps less, I shall filter everything out and it should be ready. So, got my glass. Everything's mixed up. There is a bit of sloe that wants to pop out, but it's not going to have the chance. So all I'm going to have, and the rest, I will stir this and mix this. And we've made homebrews in this bottle before. We actually made a quince homebrew the last time. A friend of mine gave me a bunch of quinces from his garden, and we mixed that with some schnapps and some vodka, I believe, and it was just absolutely amazing. Right, quick I don't know what to call it. It's not tincture. Well, we're going to leave it, so a pre-dissolution homebrew. Oh, sweetness, sharpness. You get the London dry gin coming in. you get the pink gin that's there, you get the cherry schnapps, and you get the sloes as well. That's really nice. Once that is fully brewed and it's filtered out, that will be an amazing home brew. That's all I'm going to do for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and stick around for the next one. I will eventually get around to posting my last foraging video. It's quite a long one, but it's just going to take some time. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you all soon.